Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with some more Rise of Mordor for you today, and this is a glorious land battle that we have for you today. It's a nice 2v2 showing off the submod as it is now updated for like 5.1. So that is excellent. So we now have DOL AMROTH, ARNOR and DOL all back in Rise of Mordor, so you can check them out. And we have a new unit as well for Eriador. We have the Footman of Arnor here. This is a really good looking unit. I really like the look of this unit. I mean, like, look at that helmet. Very like, looks like very much like from the Last Alliance sort of thing. You got the like sort of like kite shields going on with Arnor's emblem on here. Looks really, really nice. And this is a really nice unit. Heavy melee infantry. It's elite, so it's a really, really good unit. 160 men is a very nice unit. And joining Arnor today, we do have DOL AMROTH as well. So we do have two of the new factions here. We have Eriador and we have DOL AMROTH. I also do believe we have another Eriador army over here. And that is coming up. And we have also Dunland here. So it seems like we've got like an Eriador civil war going on. And this general's actually getting focused down actually as he runs past. This is another new unit that has been added as well. And we have the Arnorian Knights are in, which can be used as a general unit or just as a basic cavalry unit. It's a really, really good shock cavalry unit. It's very, very effective and pretty expensive as well. It's about 1,600 it cost. So yeah, good to see them. And they've got like the proper like Arnor sort of like Last Alliance look. They look so good. Really, really does give off a nice vibe. We also obviously Eriador is got hobbits as well. That's not a new unit, but it's always nice to see the hobbits here in action. So yeah, I mean, look at these boys. So tiny, little farmers going to war. I wonder how they will do. Probably not that great, but we will see. There's some cavalry out here as well. Another development for DOL AMROTH is now that Knights of Imrahil are no longer just a unit limited to one. This unit can now bring 3 units. So I'm not so sure how I feel about that. It's a really strong cavalry unit. I did kind of like the whole limited to one. But the cavalry fight is now underway. Over on this side we have Arnorian Knights going in against some Bree Boardmen here. So Bree Boardmen will get beaten in this fight if they don't get support. But there is now some shock infantry arriving. We have some Arnorian swordmasters arriving. The general also managed to get himself surrounded over here. And it's just a whole bunch of Arnorian Knights here just fighting it out. It is a brutal fight there. That general is probably not in a good spot. And you can see some Javis coming over. They're going to try and help support their general in a moment. They're actually going to get some Javis off now. Some Javis here go flying on. I'm not quite sure if they're hitting friend or foe. I'm going to presume they're hitting foes. But, oh, jeez, yeah. They're getting focused down. But yes, if you're enjoying seeing Rise of Mordor on the channel and would like to see some more, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. And Arnorian Knights are starting to fall. We've got these Javis now being silenced as well by shock infantry. These Arnorian swordmasters are also really nice as well. They've got the same like helmet going on. The cabs still going on, battling on in here. And the infantry line is also about to there you go, the general has died for Eriador. And also you're about to see a clash of infantry. I mean, these Baggins Private Guard are actually breaking even before impact even takes place. They're also going to break over here. You can see, look at the Bree men at arms. They're just cutting these guys down. Oh man, that guy got murdered by a hobbit. How embarrassing. Where is he? He's here. No. Oh, the hobbit got slapped in the face. That's pretty brutal. Now we have Footman of Arnor going in as well. They probably will beat the Bree Boardermen, or Bree men at arms, I should say. There you go, Bree men at arms winning there as well. We've got Footman of Arnor coming in. We've got some cav from DOL AMROTH being sent, and they're running down these gatekeepers, which is a really heavily armoured crossbow unit, which is a really cool unit. We got shock infantry in the back as well. Absolute chaos, as you can see. Like Eriador's lines over here are absolutely like destroyed. We have some champion reavers coming over from Dunland, and they're trying to sort out the situation. But yeah, if you haven't seen Eriador, we'll go over some of the units. We've got like Chetwood men at arms here, which is merchant bodyguards, I should say. Chetwood merchant bodyguards. It's an axe unit. They have actually got a morning star or mace, whatever you want to call it, as a weapon. It's a pretty cool unit. And we've seen the gatekeepers. We've got dogs now being released. Hounds of war have been sent in by Dunland, and they're going to try and cause some havoc. They'll do some damage to those Chetwood merchant bodyguards. Look at these boys getting cut down, I'm sure. Getting cut down by some good boys. But you can see this left flank over here for the evil Eriador, we'll call them because they're allied with Dunland. It's all but gone. It's now actually some champion reavers that are holding the line. My archers back there are actually firing like into the backs of these champion reavers. I said to my ally, this is it. your DOL Amroth Cav, this is it. It's had its day. I'm focusing down the Champion Reavers, and if I hit your Knights, they're going down with them. We also have some Footmen of Arnor in here as well. These guys are nasty, they really are. Like, these Footmen of Arnor over here are ripping to shreds my Bree men at arms. I mean, look at the armor difference, no surprise. This is a very elite sword unit as well, like I said. It says it in the description. Also, you can only bring 3 of it, so you know, usually when you're limited to 3 of something or 1 or something, it's elite. It's a nasty unit to bring. We actually have some rear charging now going on by Bree Boardman. They didn't get the greatest of charge. Certainly do with a better one. Yeah, they're still winning decisively. Shock infantry over here, these Arnorian swordmasters are losing actually in combat. I mean, they are getting shot down as well by archers. But yeah, I mean, this Ariador army had a pretty tough time. I mean, he kind of got attacked as he was setting up, and I mean, he was just then like, his army that never was really fully set up for the fight. You can see some rear charge coming in here. We actually got some Dunland like troops in there. There's a nice charge there by the cavalry. Yeah, we've got like the dog handlers, or wolf tamers, are actually in there as well, doing their bit, along with some Arnorian footmen. Yes, the men of Arnor have allied with DOL Amroth in this one. It's a glorious fight. Decent charge there, but these gatekeepers are actually pretty handy in combat. I mean, they're losing decisively now, I think because they did get charged by cavalry. Yeah, they are a handy unit as this gatekeeper. It's not a bad actually infantry unit. It's got a good kite shield and sword. Pretty handy. Ariador's I'd say, is a pretty good defensive faction, for sure. I would certainly be happy to use under defense. Not so sure about offense. If it came to a siege, that is. Cavalry going in again. I mean, it's not too bad on land battles either, with certainly with this better infantry available. DOL Amroth over here, just kind of sitting on a hill waiting. Decided to just wait it out instead of attacking Dunland, and they probably have the superior army, so I'm not kind of sure why they were doing this. And obviously Dunland is not interested in attacking. Got Haven Guard here. Seaward superior infantry. Dismounted Knights of Imrahil, they are not attacking anytime soon. But yeah, I mean, unfortunately Ariador, the evil Ariador, has been beaten probably, almost certainly. Jeez, trying to get like a view of that. Yeah, a crush there between the 2 cavalry units. That gatekeeper is not getting out of that alive. And there you go, those wolf tamers also going to get rear charged and taken out. And I have a relatively fresh army left. I have lost a fair amount. I mean, balance of power is obviously now massively in favour of our side. But that's just unfortunate in the end. Obviously, like, Ariador was like overextended and just started to run all the way up there. Really should have just set up here. And he kind of got caught out and almost 2v1'd. DOL Amroth was like supporting in certain areas. Look at this, Footmen of Arnor here. I mean, they probably break as soon as I arrive here, but they're actually holding. These guys are ridiculous. Surrounded. They're actually fighting their own counterpart as well. And they still don't break. You can bring this unit as a general unit, and it's a good general unit to bring. I would happily bring it. Like mine's brought my general as a Footman of Arnor. Still got a fresh unit. Entirely fresh. But yeah, so now it's down to Dunland to try and save this battle. Not quite sure how they're going to do it. They're going to have to probably play defensive. Can't really be too aggressive. Got his Elder Archers here, loosing off some shots. What's he shooting down then? Is he shooting like Pelican Marines or something, or what are they? Yeah, Pelican Marines. Not a bad target. These guys are medium skirmisher, but they are like firing head on. Better shooting like the Coast Guard in behind. Amrothian Archmilitia. Didn't bring great archers, to be fair, DOL Amroth, so I can see why he's playing slightly defensive. But even still, he should just rush Dunland. He's got better, generally better everything. More heavily armored. My Cav's now getting shot at by Elder Archers as well, so I'm now going to just push them forward. My cavalry's kind of spent. I don't really expect it to do too great a thing, but one great charge for Arnor, hey? Let's just watch the Arnorian Knights go flying on in. They're going in against the cavalry over there, and in they go. They did a pretty good charge. I mean, these Bloodsworn are, yeah, They've literally got a plank of wood as their shield. So I mean, they're not the most heavily armored. They're a pretty handy unit though. See, the tribal youths are going to flank on around the back. They're probably going to go for my Arnorian swordmasters. It's not a bad target. Yeah, they do get some pretty good hits. The shock infantry is tired. It's spent. Doesn't really want to be going anywhere, but it's going to go in and support my cavalry. It's going to chop it to pieces. And the dogs have been released. There was another dog unit, and it goes for my general. Of course, the dogs go after my general. So I was like, for God's sake. And yeah, form shield wall, and we're going to try and deal with these dogs. Deal with these hounds. Already killing a couple of them. Actually, yeah, we have killed a couple, but not many. Now we can silence his youths once and for all as well. DOL AMROTH still not actually pushed in. It's just allowed me to go in with my army. My cavalry's flanked on around the back, going after Elder Archers, but then my cavalry's been countercharged as well by some marauders here. Melee cav will do pretty well as this fight goes on. And a rear charge coming in here as well. Brutal charge. Oathsworn getting cut down. Oh, did I say Oathsworn? Bloodsworn I meant. Mixing up Rome 2 and Rom. The dogs have broken, or the tamers have, but the dogs are still very much alive. They're currently like mauling my general. There's lost 5 guys at the moment. But yeah, they're not killing these dogs quickly enough. Still at 46 of them. Yeah, my calves kind of now all pinned down, and I don't really mind. I'm just kind of like wanting it to support and try and break some units here. And you can see that DOL AMROTH has now engaged. These archers kind of just got thrown in against the lines of DOL AMROTH, and they're kind of just cutting down as much as possible. And they're also fighting over here. We've got Haven Guard being sent in against the Dunherd swords. And here comes some cavalry. DOL AMROTH's cav's going to come flying on in. Pretty decent charge there. And you can see these Dunherd swords are starting to drop. Look at that, already down like 40 guys. Got a general going in. We've got Blood Avengers being sent in. They'll certainly help in this combat here. Now, I mean, Dunland needs to just get his cav out of combat, get these champion reavers out, and get them elsewhere, because the general should be able to pin down this cavalry for as long as possible. You can see the another cavalry units over here also fighting. And this one charged the Blood Avengers. So the Blood Avengers are suffering. More infantry over here that's also struggling on, fighting a mass of DOL AMROTH troops, and also some Arnorians. I'm still in this battle, especially with these footmen of Arnor. They are solid infantry. My general's actually been pretty mauled at this point. He's down to 129 men. Still trying to deal with those dogs. Dogs are just so damn annoying in this mod. Got shock infantry here dealing with the cavalry. These marauders, a tough nut to crack, even for my shock infantry apparently. I am nearly out, as you can see. I'm starting to lose my troops are well, not lose, but I'm starting to hit a wall. I'm running out of men, really. Luckily, DOL AMROTH has a very healthy army, and I mean my swords are relatively still healthy. Like these footmen of Arnor, barely taking a casualty. Got archers in here as well, mixing in, fighting shock infantry. Don't think the archers will do too well against these shocks, but you know, the footmen of Arnor are something that they can handle themselves. Got Haven Guard as well being sent in. This is what we're about to see a cavalry charging behind, maybe.
The men are running. Stand and fight.
Seems like they don't want to face the Knights of Imrahil, which is a fairly safe decision. But there you go. Yeah, these champion reavers being sandwiched now between cav and spears. Not a good mix there. So yeah, these Seawards spears will probably close the gap. And these champion reavers, yeah, not looking too hot there. Now we got a lot of shock infantry, a lot of Haven Guard coming in to support against the cav here. Send them in, boys. Send them in. My general's actually really struggling. This Marauder rallied, and he's actually ripping to shreds my footman armor. This is the first time I've actually seen him kind of struggle. So, and there's still dogs in it, for God's sake. There's still 8 dogs alive. So clearly, a combination of these marauders and dogs is just too much for footmen of Arnor. Jeez, I'm actually going to struggle with that as future battles go on. I might just call them Arnor foot or something like that. That might be easier. I'm clearly struggling with saying footman. But there you go. It's down just to this Bloodsworn. I mean, in fairness, Dunland did a pretty good job. Nearly took me out. It was a close victory in the end, which otherwise was probably going to be a decisive one. But yeah, we'll end the replay and have a quick look at some of the end results. But yeah, this was just kind of like a little battle we messed around with, trying out some of the new factions, which we did like after the failed stream. I do apologize for those who watched the there was like tried to do some streaming, but we had connection issues, so unfortunately that happened. But instead, we've now got an epic replay for you to look at instead. But yes, this was a pretty close one. My Cav did insanely well. It doesn't really say how well DOL AMROTH is. I have actually got another replay which I will be showing in the next few days to show how good DOL AMROTH is. But yeah, Eriador did a very, very good job. Showed off itself really well. I mean, it was facing an inferior. Eriador was facing like a lot of Baggins' private guard. But I mean, it certainly shows how good these Footmen of Arnor did really well on both sides. Mythics like Footman here getting 253 kills. The other one not doing so great. Oh, the other two not doing so great. But this one did insanely well, being my Bream Men at Arms. I mean, these guys did well. 322 kills, 171. I don't know if these were just killing hobbits. They may have been. I don't know. But 195 here, 240. Which clearly shows these guys are really good. Swordmaster's actually doing worse than my Footman of Armor. Got 205 though, so not too bad. Chetwood Merchant Bodyguards 180, did pretty well there. My General only getting 44 and losing a lot of men. My Cav did okay. Bree Borderman, I mean, unfortunately you can't bring like 4 Arnorian Knights, so I had to bring a Bree Borderman. But my Arnorian Knights did very well, 302 kills, 151. My Archers did well, 158, 191, so did really well there. And then we've got Goldie, who's playing as DOL AMROTH. Like I said, this battle doesn't show how well DOL AMROTH did. He kind of just supported me, and also only faced eventually about half a Dunland army after I'd beaten Eriador and faced the other half of Dunland. But his infantry did well, 203, 108. I mean, these guys barely lost any men. They've cut down Dunland, 182, 100, 244. I mean, I certainly think we were discussing after the battles that like Knights at Imrahil could probably do with a debuff. These guys are maybe a little bit too strong. But yeah, I mean, you can see these are some great stats here. I mean, the Cav did well, 231 as well. I mean, they actually did better than the Haven Guard. The Haven Guard didn't. I'm not a Haven Guard, Knights at Imrahil. These guys not doing as well. Then we've got Smokey here with his Dunland tribes. Well, we see Mythics mainly in Mystics army. He didn't really get insanely kills apart from his footman. Smokey getting 93 kills with Bloodsworn. He got like 71 with his swords. Yeah, he had a pretty rough time with his swords. His shot getting 117. His archers 94. His marauders getting 131 kills, and actually nearly better than his. Did better than his shock, which got 120. And his wolf tamer's got the most kills out of anything, getting 137 kills. But there you go, guys. That is the battle. Let me know if you want to see any more like submod action. Do you want to see more like DOL AMROTH and Eriador and Dorwinian? I'm sure we'll be showing off more because a lot of people enjoy playing these submod factions. They're really strong, most of them. In the case of DOL AMROTH, maybe a little overpowered. We'll have to see in the next battle I have lined up for you. But until next time, Legionnaires, I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.